My car obsession started with this, a 1991 hard copy of the Guinness Book of World Records. It was a Christmas gift from my mom's then boyfriend. I remember unwrapping it and thinking, what the hell is this? I was used to getting Jordans or starter jackets, and this man just gave me a book. I begrudgingly started flipping through the pages until I landed on page 108 and saw what they claimed was the fastest production car in the world, the Lamborghini DRL. Something about its shape and the words fastest car in the world spoke to me, and I followed that rabbit all the way into the whole of automotive enthusiasm. Fast forward, and here I am, driving around Austin, Texas, in a Lamborghini Revuelto, the third iteration of Lamborghini's flagship V12. Life doesn't get more surreal than this. Sure, this isn't my car. You have Lamborghini Austin to thank for this moment. But the moment is no less surreal. So, click the link in the description section and give them a follow. Now, I've always said Lamborghinis don't make hypercars because their supercars look like hypercars. If you ask me, the Lamborghini Aventador is the gold standard of what a supercar is supposed to look like. Visually, a true supercar should evoke a series of intense emotions. It should be striking, beautiful, and have an underlying level of aggression that should scare you a little bit. Think seeing a tiger walking down 6th Street in Austin on a Saturday night. It should stop you in your tracks, whether you're a car person or not. In pictures and videos, the Aventador looks better than the Revuelto. However, in the real world, the Revuelto looks like the Greek god Apollo decided to take a stroll down Rainy Street on a Sunday afternoon. The Y-shaped daytime running lights are visually hypnotic, like you're staring into the lights of a spaceship. The rear reminds me of the F-35 fighter jet in a way that makes my inner child clap with glee. However, there is one problem. This triangle design on the side. So the Revuelto is a hybrid. I still don't know how I feel about that. I could go into a cliche soliloquy about how much I dread hybrids and electric power in supercars, and I do, but I'm more open-minded about it than I used to be. I guess that makes me hybrid curious.
Gay. Really gay.
You see, the Revuelto is a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 that revs to 9,500 RPM, assisted by 3 electric motors. One is hooked to the transmission, and the 2 powers the front wheels, giving you a combined 1,001 horsepower, which is ridiculous. I remember when 500 horsepower was considered a lot. Now it's just the Achilles heel of the GT3. Yeah, I said it. As much as I love the GT3 and all its configurations, it's kind of underpowered. The electric motors fill in the gaps between shifts, so there's no lag. It's fast, like ridiculously fast. You get 812 horsepower from the V12 alone. Speaking of 812, I think the 812 Superfast is the sexiest car Ferrari ever made, second only to the 812 GTS. Video coming soon, but I digress. With the added boost from the electric motors, this car accelerates like it's been shot out of a cannon. 0 to 60, just shy of 2.5 seconds. You've got about 5 miles of electric-only range, which was actually kind of fun in a cartoonish way. Knowing you're driving a Lambo in electric mode, just something about it just makes you go, hee hee. From a handling perspective, the Revuelto has all the cutting-edge tech you would expect. Rear-wheel steering, active aerodynamics, torque vectoring, and even regenerative braking. This car is like a rolling computer lab. The new 8-speed dual-clutch transmission is lightning quick, which, if I'm honest, the Aventador's garbage single-clutch transmission is the only thing that made me never want an Aventador. Even though every 2 weeks I'm checking out the prices of Aventador SVs on AutoTrader. If the transmission in the Revuelto was in the Aventador, it would make the Aventador the greatest supercar ever made. But it's not, so I'm moving on. Actually, I'm not moving on. Seriously, Lamborghini could have re-released the Aventador and made it look exactly the same, but put the transmission from the Revuelto in the Aventador. Hell, not even the Revuelto. Put the transmission of the STO, review coming soon, in the Aventador, and people would easily fork over $700,000 for it. Okay, now moving on. Back to the Revuelto. There's a dizzying amount of transmission settings in this car, and they all make the car feel like a noticeably different car and make the Revuelto one of the most versatile supercars I've ever driven. In traffic, it's as easy to drive as a Camry. On the freeway, its straight line speed is sinfully satisfying, and in the twist, it maneuvers like a car half its size. It's the epitome of an everyday supercar. I know they say that about the Turbo S, but the Turbo S doesn't even have nearly the same presence or beauty as the Revuelto. But make no mistake, I think the Turbo S is the greatest super sports car ever made. Review coming soon also. I'm no interior designer, and I don't pretend to be, but as someone who stays in hotels a lot, I've always said it's not the size of the room that matters, it's how the room is designed. I've stayed in huge hotel rooms with decor so bad it ruined the whole experience. And then I've stayed in smaller rooms where the design was on point and it made all the difference. It's the same with cars. The interior greenhouse on the Revuelto, at least for me, is just an incredible place to be. It's contained, but not cramped. And that sense of space is something I really love about it. Oddly enough, the interior is what stood out to me the most, which feels strange to say about a Lamborghini. With a Lamborghini, the first thing that typically grabs your attention is the exterior. And don't get me wrong, it did. The exterior is what caught my eye initially, but the thing that stayed with me, the thing that made the lasting impression, was the interior. What Lamborghini has done is create an everyday exotic that can do everything well. Everything within reason for an exotic car. Sure, it doesn't have the same luggage capacity as, say, an SUV, but I've got a frunk I can throw my stuff in, and I'm not complaining. I love it. It's so damn comfortable, so damn beautiful and striking all at the same time. I can't think of many cars that pull off that trifecta. Take the STO, for example. The STO is striking, it's imposing, but I wouldn't call it beautiful. Actually, I would. So I'm gonna take that back. Now, the SF90, if you tweak it right with the right aftermarket mods, it can be a beautiful, beautiful car. Then there's the McLaren. McLaren is striking, but I wouldn't call it beautiful or imposing. But the Aventador is beautiful, imposing, and striking. But that's where it stops. And where the Aventador stops, the Revuelto just keeps going. Let's be real, the Aventador's transmission sucks. It's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan, even though everything else about it is amazing. And yes, the Aventador's exhaust note with a Gentani exhaust sounds like a dying angel screaming into the heavens, and I love it. But even though the Revuelto's exhaust doesn't quite hit those same epic notes, Gentani's already made an exhaust for it, and it almost sounds better than their exhaust for the Aventador. Then there's the interior, comfortable, beautiful, relaxing, and still fun and exciting. It's a beautiful place to be, big, lush, and inviting. That floating waterfall screen in the center dash, probably my favorite part of the interior. The way the digital dash is rendered, almost perfect, and even though the passenger screen doesn't really do anything for me, it's gorgeous to look at. It's those little details that remind you you're sitting in something more eventful than a Huracan or even an SF90. I love being in here. I love this car. This is what an exotic in 2005 is supposed to be. Back in the day, exotic cars meant sacrificing comfort, practicality, and efficiency for excitement, emotion, and drama. But with the Revuelto tells you that you don't really have to do that anymore. You don't have to sacrifice really anything. And my God, I love it.